is you cannot get air-conditioned seats at all. Now, that's really important to get air-conditioned seats because you got to be able to keep your six-pack of brewskis or whatever it is, keep it cool when you got the doors off and top off in the summer. Coming back with Gladiator gang. This is 10 things we absolutely hate about the 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. Now let me just clarify that overall, it's an absolutely phenomenal vehicle. We love it. I'm gonna make this video about 10 minutes long. I'm gonna get right to the point. I'm not gonna go on and on about stuff that you don't care about. If you haven't seen our review video, check it out. There's a link in the description down below. It's really expensive. I mean, ours stickered at $61,275. We paid like 58 and some change plus tax, which ended up still being like 61 grand. That was before there was employee pricing and friends pricing and all that stuff because we got end of April. If you're not sure what to pay or you don't know how to read an invoice for a dealer, go to gladiatorgang.com/pricing and you can see our video on exactly how to read an invoice and what you should pay. We hate the price. Just so you know, they sticker around $35,000 as a starting price, and they go all the way up to almost $65,000. And this isn't in any particular order, is the seat situation. And this is kind of quirky, kind of stupid, but when you spend over $60,000 on a vehicle, you expect to have, power seats. The seats aren't power. You cannot get power seats in it. It's absolutely crazy. Now I realize it's a Jeep, yes, but when you spend this kind of money, it should be an option, and it's not. It's not a big deal to adjust the seats. I mean, who cares? It's just a seat. But the fact that they're not power is crazy. You can't get heated seats in the back, and the reason you need heated seats, now you can get them in the front, just so you know. Also, you can get remote start. But the reason you need heated seats is to keep your pizza warm. Duh. The second thing is you cannot get air-conditioned seats at all. Now, that's really important to get air-conditioned seats because you got to be able to keep your six-pack of brewskis or whatever it is, keep it cool when you got the doors off and top off in the summer. This is gonna sound kind of dumb, and maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't, but the doors are so wavy. Now I realize Jeep's been like that for a long time, but it's just so crazy how wavy they are. They're not flat at all. It just looks awful. Now they are aluminum now in the JL and the JT, which is the newer style Wrangler, and then the JT, if you don't know, is the Gladiator. They are aluminum, so they are pretty light. They are easy to take off. And of course, if you're gonna take them off, we definitely recommend Arc Off-Road. They make door hangers and a door cart so that you don't bang them all up. So we hate the wavy doors. The other thing that we can't stand is the temperature controls. Now the temperature controls are part of the radio. You have to do a lot of it with the radio itself. And to turn the temperature up and down, you have to press and hold the button. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this or not, but it seems like it either gets way too hot or way too cold. It doesn't seem like there's a real happy medium. It's either blazing hot or cold. And when you want to go from, say, 60 or 65 up to 90, you got to sit there and hold the thing. You can't just twist it and turn it up. Sounds stupid, but it's just really annoying because most of your controls for the heating and cooling are part of the radio, and it's just annoying. Again, these are quirky little things, but they're things that really bother us, and it annoys me on a day-to-day basis. The digital gas gauge. Now, if you get the lower trim levels, I think like Sport and Sport S, maybe not Overland, but the ones that have a little bit different dash, the gauge is analog in the lower end models, but in the Rubicon and I think in the Overland and up, the gas gauge is digital. So when it gets really, really low, like a real low, you can't tell how much farther you have to go. And so it's just annoying. Again, it's a stupid little thing, but it just bothers me. It's just dumb. I would prefer an analog gauge. I just don't trust the digital ones. I don't like them. Another big thing that everybody complains about, of course, is the auto stop. And basically what that is, if you don't know, when you come to a stop, the engine will actually shut off, and it's to save gas or whatever. It is the most annoying thing. However, cool thing is you can get yourself a Z Automotive taser, which will actually completely disable that, and you don't got to keep shutting it off. Now, if you're not familiar with the taser, we're going to cover everything that it does. There's all kinds of stuff that the taser does, which we'll include a little bit of in the description down below, but it'll keep it so it's off, or disabled, I should say. Now, you can also like go underneath the hood and undo one of the plungers. I believe it's the one that's farthest or closest to the driver's side, under the hood, the little hood plunger. The problem with that is you're always going to have a light on your dash saying that there's something wrong, like a little warning light, and it's annoying. So if you get yourself a taser, you can disable the auto stop. You can completely turn off traction control. You can do all kinds of stuff, adjust your tire sizes, you can do light shows, you can turn off the auto, the dinging sound when you don't plug your seatbelt in. So like I can drive for hours and my seatbelt will never ding, ever. So with taser, it'll do that for you, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. So the auto stop, really annoying. The brake controller is not an option yet. Think about that. Truck's been out for like 7 months, and you're able to tow. If you get the Sport with the max tow package, you can tow 7,650 pounds. But technically, I don't know all the laws, but I don't think you're supposed to tow that much without a brake controller. Now, we don't recommend this, but we towed almost 8,000 pounds to Florida and back from up here in Detroit. Pretty wild, and we've got it to pretty high speeds on private property. It did very well, but we do not recommend it because it's not rated for that. Rubicon is only rated for 7,000 pounds. Okay, so a couple other things that we don't like about the 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. The power windows. Their power, the front two will go down. You just push a button and they go down on their own. You don't have to hold them down. But to put them back up, you have to hold the button. And again, these are stupid things. It's just when you're used to having these in other vehicles, with a modern day vehicle, you would expect to have it. And I forget what the reason is. It has something to do with the switch or something, why they couldn't do it. It's stupid, but you have to hold down the automatic windows for them to go up. I don't get it. It is what it is. I mean, another thing is the rear sliding window. Now, all Gladiators, if you didn't know, have a rear sliding window, and they all have rear defrost, which a lot of states you don't even need that, but they have it. There's no power rear sliding window option. It's manual, which is really dumb because it's just a pain. I don't open it very often because it's too far. I can't reach it. I got to go back there and open it and close it and blah, blah, blah. It should be power. When you spend over $60,000 on a vehicle, you should have a power rear sliding window. The last two things that we don't like about the 2020 Jeep Gladiator is the back doors. Obviously, they look really stupid because they're not rectangle. They have the huge cutout like a JL Wrangler or a four-door Wrangler, actually, technically. The new style is a JL. So they have the same doors as a four-door Wrangler. And that was to save money, blah, blah, blah. It's not a big deal. It's stupid because you would be able to fit a little bit more stuff in the truck if that was a full rectangle door. And everybody's mentioned it. Everybody knows that it looks stupid. It is what it is. The only benefit to that, structure, you're going to have a little bit more steel versus the aluminum doors. So maybe that's a benefit to it, but it still looks stupid. Doesn't matter. It obviously doesn't look like it was supposed to be made that way. And the last but not least, the number one / number two besides price that we hate about the Jeep Gladiator is the engine. The engine's got plenty of power. It does very well. The V6 3.6 liter Pentastar, 285 horsepower, 260 foot-pounds of torque engine. It's a great motor. It just has no character, no sound. I always joke that it's like driving a vacuum cleaner. It literally has the same engine as your Town and Country or your Pacifica. Think about that. You got this big, cool truck that you might put 40s on or 42s, and you got a freaking minivan engine? Really? You're spending over $60,000 and you get this puny little V6? Now, I realize why they did that, because they have to have so many engines in their lineup that get such good gas mileage, blah, 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 whatever. It just has no character, no attitude at all. It's just so boring. Now, if you want to wake that engine up, you can actually get yourself an iDrive throttle controller, and the truck is so much more fun to drive. The throttle response is a lot better. It's way better, so much more fun. Definitely get yourself an iDrive. Anyway, it's Recovering Banker Gladiator Gang. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video. Comment below. Let us know what you think and check out our other videos. And thanks for watching.